look how low the snow still is.
Chief Dalton Silver looks out onto his nation's unceded lands with hopes for the future.
The flesh and blood of our ancestors is everywhere, and the connections we have to these lands need to be recognized, and it needs to come from the Crown.
He feels King Charles needs to take responsibility for a centuries-old concept used by European monarchs to justify colonization of Indigenous lands. The Doctrine of Discovery was recently repudiated by the Vatican.
If we still operate, I think, under the shadow of that doctrine, how can we not feel that we're being treated as lesser than?
I see a lot of money being spent on this coronation, but is it really necessary?
As a member of the Indigenous delegation to the Vatican last year, Pixie Wells advocated for Pope Francis to take action towards reconciliation and says the Crown has a role to play as well.
The royal family have a lot to do with the Indigenous people and substance use.
Wells wants to see King Charles take similar steps as the Pope in visiting Indigenous territories and apologizing for the generational harms caused.
Do we know if we have the bags of red dresses? Connecting to my culture has completely saved my life.
What would you like to see immediately from King Charles and the royal family?
We need more cultural centers. Our people need housing.
This is actually at his cottage.
Robert Watt met then Prince Charles in 2016 as part of an Inuit group visiting Wales to learn about language preservation.
For me, he was very genuinely interested. I just hope that he listens to what we are requesting.
This is our land. That needs to be recognized.
For Silver, a residential school survivor, it's a reckoning around the institutions of assimilation.
The honor of the Crown is in question until we come to a place where we feel we're being treated equally.
He says it's an important moment for the Crown to take leadership in advancing Indigenous rights, change which could shape the monarch's influence on communities like his for generations to come. Neetu Garcha, Global News, near Abbotsford, BC.